Hi, welcome to Geck T'Know. We are your hosts Natasha
and Gemma from Artgecko Sketch.
This is a podcast series dedicated to getting to know our art community.
From art tips to art advice, we'll be covering it all with a special guest each episode.
If you want to hear more about us, our artists, or anything else, message us at Artgecko Sketch on Instagram.
And whilst you're there, please don't forget to give us a follow or subscribe to our channels.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Geck T'Know. Today on today's episode we are joined by the head and founder of Captain Zone 1, Bablu Miah, and we also have the wonderfully talented Kat Thomas here too, an artist and illustrator. How are you guys today?
Good, but very, very hot.
It is rather warm at the moment, isn't it?
Very much.
I was just saying before, I feel quite fortunate because we're in the north, so we don't have it quite as bad as you guys down south. Bless you.
London is not good for heat.
No, thank you for joining us today, and for our listeners out there, obviously you've seen that we have been spotlighting both of you guys, because we work quite heavily with Trapped in Zone 1, and we just want to take the opportunity to shout and scream about them.
Sounds really good, but yeah.
Yeah. Today you've only got me, unfortunately. Gemma is not available, but yeah, you just have to deal with that. So let's start. What is Trapped in Zone 1 and how did it all come about?
So Trapped in Zone 1 is a creative organisation, community focused. It's been developing year after year after year, going down new ways to engage with communities. It started off as a project where we could get different communities to come together. After Brexit, we saw a lot of division in our communities, and the whole point, together with my creative friends, was to come together as a group and get different cultures to come and talk to each other. At the end of the day, we're all the same. I know we've got different skin tones and that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, we're all the same. So why should we hate on each other? It just makes no sense. So that was the whole kind of point towards it, and was going completely fine until COVID came along. So that kind of put a stop to that. So then we had to adapt and develop and grow at a really, really short time. So together with Artgecko back in 2020, our partnership formed. So we started to do workshops online on Zoom, which was going well. So we kept that on going, and then an opportunity came to work with young people, which we haven't done. We just thought that'd be quite exciting. With all the news in councils and around the country, young people were being affected by the pandemic, not in a health way. I mean, in a health way because of mental health and so forth, because they've been stuck at home. So that led us in a new way to engage, and yeah, we started to work with a group of young females back in May, June of 2020. We saw a massive shift in how the young girl was starting to grow and develop and really love art as well, which was amazing. That taught us about how to engage with young people as well. And since then, we just kept that on going week after week after week. So it's still ongoing. Hopefully, it's going to continue for the long term. Throughout this time, we always quite keen to work with loads of new artists as well. So Kat being one. We did an open call back in 2021 around that time, just looking for lots of young female artists. If you could join us and engage with the young female that we worked with, because we just found talking to females a lot easier. So we just kept that on going. Kat came along, done an amazing job, still is part of the team as well. And yeah, so we worked with loads of emerging artists that could really kind of influence the young people that we work with, how art is important and how it makes you feel a lot more alive, a lot more connected. and through support from you guys as well, it's been really, really good. So yeah, Trapped in Zone 1, it's a lot of things and it's still going to grow. Which way we're going to go, I'm not too sure yet, but seems like whichever way we go makes complete sense.
Sometimes that's the best way that things develop, though. Like if there's no specific route, as long as you've got like an overall theme and idea of what you actually want to do with it, sometimes things just naturally develop, and it's fantastic to watch, especially like with you guys. It's really interesting to see what you guys go up to. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, I mean, keeping it bespoke. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to have a plan in place, like for 5 or 10 years, so you know which way you're trying to go. Our whole goal is, as long as more people get engaged in the arts, it makes sense for us, and that's the whole point. So we work with communities who don't really engage in the arts to show them how impactful it is and how alive it makes you like feel as well. So it's all about going to communities that don't really connect as much with culture and so forth. And if we could plant that seed and hopefully see that would grow and more and more and more, then for us it's a really great thing to do as well. So for now, it's a lot of community-based work that we do, a lot of young people stuff we do. We're working in schools now as well. So that's a kind of new part to the work that we do as well. So
in sports?
No, school.
Oh, cool. Right. Wow. Really?
I mean, we are doing a bit of sports stuff as well, but at the end of the day, art is the main thing. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
We're trying to adapt quite a lot of stuff, and partnership is something quite important for us as well. Working with great partners makes us a lot more stronger, and as long as we do that, then it makes sense. So that's my speech.
Amazing.
I think also the good thing that I found about Trapped in Zone 1 and the whole is the stuff you do so varied. Like, got the kind of art workshops I do, we've done spoken word in the past, kind of poetry stuff, mural collaborations. There's so much amazing creativity going on beyond like a kind of a one shop kind of thing, which is amazing. It's something
I mean, the reason why we do this is when people say the word art, canvas comes to mind, and that's all they know. When creativity is so broad, creativity is performance, it's dance, it's singing, it's theatre, it's painting, it's it's all sorts of things. So we try and give them a chance to try it once and see what they like, and hopefully they like something. They might not like how to draw, but they might like how to stand up and sing. So we try and provide as broad range of things for people to try and do for free. We don't charge as well, so it's completely for free. And this way it gives us a chance to work with loads of creatives as well that we haven't really worked with. So spoken word artists would come along and we just go, wow. Like in an hour, went from a blank page to a piece of work, which is amazing about self-identity, culture, all that kind of stuff. So it's good for us to learn as well, and for the young people or people from the community to come and experience some new things, see what they would like, and if they do, then great. But all I would say, everyone's got something inside of them that needs to be unleashed and shown. So I don't accept when someone says, I don't do art, you do, or do art. You just need to find your niche thing. So that's why we try and do a broad range of things.
Completely, yeah. I think creativity branches so much. It's more than, as you say, it's more than painting or drawing or whatever. It's everything, and it affects us in our daily lives so much more than you realise. What I really personally, what I absolutely love as well about Trapped in Zone 1 is you seem to cover quite a lot of cultural issues. You kind of talk about that. You have a space where, especially with like you're working with like young females at the moment, and you probably get quite a lot of communication going on there in relation to connectivity and community, I guess. It's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about getting them to open up and express how being young is right now. Is it easy? Is it hard? If it's hard, why is it hard? What can we do to help you to ease your anxiety towards social media material. You have to look a certain way or talk a certain way, which shouldn't be the case. Should be you. And if you can't express it through the words that you say, but if you do it through art, then again, that's a great way. So, you know, with Kat, we did an exhibition over Easter. During COVID, you know, when we had the chance to go outside and go to the park for a bit, you know, I went outside and saw the amount of people that really took that chance to go and experience park and how amazing it made you feel. So I never saw that many people in a park until then. So it wasn't. It just showed how powerful green space is.
Yeah.
So over Easter, you know, we took the young people to parks, and you know, we gave them pastels and so forth, and just got them to just experiment and tell us what a green space means to them. And they produce, you know, loads of work which was part of a show just to show how important green space is. You know, you don't need to go to a fancy space. You can just go to your park and just chill there. It would really make you a lot more relaxed and calm, and shouldn't forget these kind of things. You know, yes, we've got lives that's busy, you know, and that kind of stuff, but if you can make time for yourself, then hopefully the stress of family life, friends will just calm a bit.
Yeah.
So we try and explore different types of things through the art that we do, in making sure that we ourselves just take time out to appreciate us. And also, if you could do it through an artistic way, then great, you know. But everything does revolve around the art, because that's what we live and breathe as well. Because without that, we wouldn't be doing this. So art plays a massive part in the way we talk and think. I could talk about this for days and days, but anyway, so yeah.
No, it's really interesting. It's incredible what you do, really incredible. So you touched a little bit about Kat getting involved with some events and things, but Kat, how did you get involved with Trapped in Zone 1 originally?
Yes, I think it was maybe October 2021 that I first got involved, just designing and delivering a range of creative workshops, basically for the Club Zone 1 project, which was like a Saturday kind of for the sorry, siren, for girls in the local kind of Bethnal Green area. So we did sessions kind of making zines. We did sessions about kind of goals for the future and how we can talk about that and how we can explore those ideas. And then in the new year, we had a kind of more of a focus on the International Women's Day thing that was coming up. I think it was March that was. And the theme was Break the Bias. So we did some work focusing on that, which again led to an exhibition in a local small gallery thing. So yeah, I just really found that despite a lot of those ideas about identity and feminism and breaking the bias seem quite daunting topics at first, right? Especially when you're talking to a younger audience. It's like, oh gosh, that's quite a big thing to take on. And I found that art was just such a good way to break down those ideas into more like kind of digestible and easy to talk about kind of chunks, which could then be explored through art. So it just kind of made it more of like an open and kind of fun space rather than anything too heavy. Obviously, while still tackling those ideas. And yeah, I just loved it. I also just loved the whole environment that we kind of were able to foster, like just the whole kind of sense of community with the group of girls that came, as well as looking a bit further out into the community. It was all really positive. Like a focus on kind of promoting good mental well-being as well through art, and just a really friendly, positive time where they had lunch together, and we might go out into the park and do a bit of exercise as well. Like Bablu said, with that, we during the park coming over to Easter, just thinking of different ways of engaging with the green spaces. So that's kind of what I've been doing with the project, exploring lots of different mediums. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I was going to say, because you're a mixed media artist anyway, so surely it's a good opportunity to branch over all your different mediums, but also connect with people differently, and create that community vibe and open up conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, brilliant. So obviously we donate sketchbooks and all that, but and we just love to see what you guys do. But what at the moment are you currently working on in Traction Zone 1, and can people, if they wanted to, could people get involved?
So we're currently working on a project called Identity and Freedom. So it's all about expressing your identity and expressing your, if there's something that's inside of you that you want to say out loud as well, then we would like to kind of see that as well. If we could combine the two, then that's great. So we're working with young people aged between 11 to 16 over the summer to produce a work based on that. So this year marks 70 years since the Bangladeshi language was officially not formed but established as a language and so forth. So we're trying to sort of incorporate that in as well, how language is so important, and how does that resemble you as a person as well. So for those who are Bengali, we're asking them to kind of portray that in a piece of work. So when you think of the Bengali language, what comes to your mind first? Is it your mum's name, or just whatever? So with the kids that we're working with, they're learning how to write in Bengali as well. So that's been quite a nice thing for us to see as well. So so I'm gonna opening it up, so see if other cultures are quite keen to get involved as well, to express their culture. It would be quite nice. So ideally we were looking to have an exhibition in Brick Lane in Shoreditch end of August, but with schools being shut and everyone's going abroad, it might be quite hard. So possibly in September or so we might have the show.
That'd be amazing.
So we've got a space and everything. It's all about just collating the work now and making sure we've got a diverse group of work to show. So it's not just one culture but a mix.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone could just express themselves the best they can. So again, it's the same type of theme. We're not going too far out. Culture for us is quite important. So we just want to show people that no matter where you're from, we're all the same and should respect each other. And if you could learn about each other through art, then that's a great thing as well. And especially the young people to appreciate, their background as well, where they're from, their past and so forth as well. So it's quite deep and it's a lot of engaging that's going on. At the start, there's not really much art. We're trying to get a kind of grasp about, do they really get what we're trying to do? And hopefully once that's sort of in place, then the artwork comes together as well, or else I'm a bit stuck. So had that quite a lot, I'm from there but don't really know much about that, so it's all about trying to work that out. So we're not working with Kat on this project because time wise it's a bit hard, but hopefully in September we kind of will. We currently got some Bengali artists that we're working with who knows the language and so forth. So for them to kind of explain, it's a lot easier than me who can't do that kind of stuff. So I try to sort of outreach and find artists that I could work with and mix it in. Otherwise, it becomes a bit hard, It
almost, I guess it gets to the point as well with too many cooks. You don't want it to be too many artists because it could go a little bit crazy.
It does also quite fun. We do work with quite a broad range of artists, and sometimes if all of them come together, they produce something really, really good as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, yeah.
It's also just important for as an artist to know what you're good at and what your practice is about, and then you know where you can kind of be the most useful, or like they can get the most out of what from your skill set. You know, you kind of knowing where to maybe step back or when to step forward, I think is great. And yeah, as Bablu, you mentioned doing another exhibition with this stuff, which is great. I think we've done a few exhibitions now, and it's so exciting to get to actually see the work up, and then you go and visit the work, and it becomes a really lovely experience, I think, for the young people seeing their work up, going to visit it, for the community to see what we've been up to, and the positive reach of that, I think, is great. So hopefully we can continue that.
I mean, that's going to be happening for the long term as well. You know, a lot of time goes into this, and a lot of young people do come along and give their time. So it always makes sense for us to showcase this. You know, they might not be professional artists, but still they spend a lot of time in producing the work. And I feel everyone has got something to say, young or old. You know, you still got something to say. And if you feel that's coming from your heart, then I feel it needs to be shown. So after every project we do, say like every 12 weeks, so we have a show at the end, just to showcase, you know, the amount of time that's gone into it, the artists that we work with who put a lot of time into this as well. And the outcome is this. So the more they do, the more they love, the more it's sort of going to grow for the long term. And yeah, we'll see where we go end of the year. So we still got a few more shows to come as well. But yeah, as long as we get the support, great. So
of course, yeah. And just out of interest, if there was any artist that happened to be checking out this particular podcast that would want to get involved, how could they get about doing that? If they want
just go into tractionzone1.com and just get in touch. Get in touch, and it will come back to you and just explore, you know, what we can do together. I'm always quite keen to see, you know, who gets in touch, and if we see some scope to work together, then, you know, it's a great thing. So yeah, feel free to get in touch, comment, feedback as well. If you feel like something we're doing that's not right, then by all means we can kind of work on that as well. The more we learn about the stuff we do, then great, you know. So completely fine. But yeah, tractionzone1.com, and we'll go from there.
Brilliant, amazing, cool. Thanks very much. Kat, to you. Your work is so varied. Obviously, you're mixed media, and you've got all this incredible, almost abstract style. It's really interesting. It might be a bit of a difficult question, this, but what do you like? What do you like most about creating work that uses different medias? Like, is there a specific reason why you are mixed media, or?
I think for me, it's a lot about the joy of the process. So like, that's probably why I've not kind of focused on one, because you gain so much from putting your work in a slightly different context, using a slightly different tool or medium, to do it. So pretty much most of my practice starts from drawing, as like kind of, whether that's an observational drawing or any kind of idea generation, and that's kind of a jumping off point from there. And then I might translate that into like printmaking or crochet, or maybe a bit of animation. And yeah, even the action of doing that sparks so many more ideas and fresh perspectives. So I think that's probably why. And it's just so valuable, because then it just means your practice is constantly evolving. Like there's no way you can really feel like you're getting a bit stagnant, because always other avenues to explore. And I also think it's really beneficial for all the kind of art facilitation or teaching that I do, because the more processes that you can kind of have a handle on and kind of tell other people about, there's so many more avenues for other people to engage with something, rather than just saying like, right, yes, it's painting or nothing, guys, sorry. The more kind of strings to your bow that you have, I guess, it's just a lot more accessible, and again, it gives me a lot more ideas for workshops. So the two definitely go hand in hand, I think, with the teaching and my own practice definitely in conversation with each other. I hope that answered your question.
Oh, completely, it did. It was, obviously it can be a little bit hard, this stuff, but no, yeah, thank you, that was perfect. So this is a bit of an oddball one from one of our viewers. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Really, no.
No.
Yes.
No, who invented that or why? But no from me.
Yes,
Random.
good. I'm glad to hear. I think this is the first time that I've been and done this podcast where everyone's been like, no. I'm so happy to hear.
Are there a lot of people that say yes to that?
Yeah.
Shocking.
I know. Who are these people? Oh dear. So what's the best advice you've ever gotten? This is for both of you. This can be in regards to whether it be creatively or just in life.
That's a hard question, I think. It's hard because often, people can give you advice or you get told things and you don't really want to hear it, or you're not ready to like accept it until you're able to realize it for yourself. So often it kind of comes more from you than from anyone else. And I think when I was at arts uni as well, people always throw advice your way, tips your way, I think are going to be helpful. It's all very well-meaning, but it's only when you're kind of out the other side, you've got your own practice, you've got your own handle on yourself a bit more, that you can then reflect and think, oh yeah, that was actually really helpful. But at the time, it might have just got a bit lost. Something that a close friend of mine sometimes says to me quite bluntly is just get a grip. She's like, just get a grip. And I really appreciate that kind of simple, blunt honesty, because sometimes you just need to be told, okay, yeah, you're in a rut, but just get a grip, get up, do it again, or do something else. So that's probably quite helpful. I mean, there's a lot of advice that's just like sounds cliche, right? Like, yeah, try again, and it can sound cliche, but it's probably cliche because it's useful and because people say it a lot for a reason. So that's probably
and completely as well. It's about perspective. Like, as you say, sometimes the best advice, you might not be ready for it. So maybe it's only when you're ready to accept it is the moment when actually, oh yeah, these cliches are great.
Yeah, now they're
really, yeah. Yeah. What about you, Bablu?
With me, it's quite a tough one. I guess I've got quite a few. So, the reason why we formed Trapped in Zone 1 was a few of my close friends just kept asking me, just try it. There's no harm in trying something. I think if it doesn't go right, then you could always fall back on your job or whatever, So the fact that they nagged me more and more and more gave me that belief to go for it. I had no experience in how to run an company and so forth. It was just all about to learn as I went along. So yeah, if you believe in something, if you love something, then just go for it. Hopefully as long as you stay who you are and don't change, then things will come your way. In life, you have to graft. It's just the way it is. But as long as you do, the struggle you go for the short term, in the long term is going to be a lot more fun. So no matter how much I'm working or my team's working hard now, in the long run, I'm sure we're going to enjoy it a lot more. as well. So all the hours that we put into this and the stuff we do, it's not like the 5 days a week things every day kind of stuff. So a lot of time goes into this, but we appreciate it as well.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
I was talking to someone else last week. We do it because we enjoy it, we appreciate it, we love the work. It's something that we believe is having an impact as well. So as long as we feel that whatever we do, this makes complete sense. So for us, it's a great thing. And as long as I've got good people telling me to push and work harder, then I will. So not sure if it's a saying, but to me, it is kind of thing, so yeah.
Completely. No, it is. It's just keep on going, I guess.
In that way,
yeah.
And do what you enjoy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take away from that.
Yeah. Another mad one from one of our viewers went down quite well last time. What's your favourite cheese?
I don't do cheese. So.
Oh, at all?
Yeah, I've also got a bit of an aversion to cheese.
That's fair enough. Interesting.
I'd have to go for like halloumi or something.
Okay.
That isn't proper cheese, but kind of is probably what I go for.
Fair enough. If you could pick something, like what's your thing then if it's not cheese? Like, what would you say it is?
I don't know. Like another thing that's like cheese?
No, like what let's say what's like your favourite snack then? We'll go with
that. Favourite snack. Very specific, but I've recently become quite addicted to the millionaire shortbread you can get in the Tesco meal deal. So let's go for that.
A random one again. There you go.
That's the first thing that I thought of.
Incredible.
Wow. How do you beat that? Mine is quite bland. Turkish food. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with Turkish food's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice one. One. Well, I'm out of questions now. Wow, we smashed through that. That's lovely. Just quickly want to say, obviously, the time of this recording, we've not done it just yet, but when this is out, an art club hosted by Kat will have been and gone. And if you haven't already, please make sure to watch it because it will be amazing. I know it will be. One not to miss. What are your social media accounts for everyone to follow?
Mine is at KRT, which is KAYARTY.
And Bablu?
For us to type in Trapped in Zone 1 and it should come up in some way. So
yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, great stuff. Please make sure to follow them, everyone, and just see what's going on. It's a great cause and just worth it. Worth even just having a look. See what's going on. Anyway, right. Thanks very much for listening, everyone, and thank you, Bablu and Kat, for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you for all your support. It's been amazing so far. Hopefully we can continue for the long term as well. But having partners like you really helps us. Being a non-profit company is not the most easiest thing, for us to do, offer free stuff again and again and again. So having you guys on board for the last 2 years has really helped and support the artists that I worked with as well. So fair play and thank you. And and to Kat as well. Kat came along at a time where we needed a lot more creatives that could bring in quite a new way to do some stuff. And Kat brought that dimension in and hopefully changed the way we kind of see mixed media as kind of well, because our kind of focus more graffiti based. So Kat coming in with a whole range of things that, wow, you could do this and that, which has been quite cool. So
well, yeah, thank you. I guess, yeah, both of you for getting me involved. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
No problem at all. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Yeah.